I didn't switch from Canon to Fuji because Canon wasn't good enough. I actually switched because Canon was too good. Let me explain. What's up everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Rob Anzit and today I'm going to explain a true fact on why I switched from Canon to Fuji. There's no paid ads, there's no paid brand partnerships, it's just true facts on spending the last almost 10 years using one specific brand and switching to the next. Fuji has made me fall back in love with photography. It has sparked this joy and this sense of creativity that I didn't think cameras could, because my camera was always a tool and it was good at the job and I put it back. And if someone ever needed to shoot something, I would feel like it was work. And that's what this camera doesn't make me feel like. If there's a cool project, if there's a cool subject, if there's a cool idea, I'm gonna grab my gear and go do it. There's no limitations to it. So let's start off with a little backstory of maybe who I am and how I got into the Canon gear and switching from Fuji. In 2014, I bought my first Canon. This is actually it, the 70D. Due to the fact that it had a mic port and I needed to do marketing and I needed to do YouTube videos, it had a cool flip out screen at the time. I believe this is still a DSLR. And for me, that camera was amazing. It always worked and it worked to this day and it still works and it's fun to use. And at that time, through the last maybe 10 years, I would say, or maybe less than that, I've moved on from the Canon 5D Mark III, the Canon 5D Mark IV, the R5, the R6, and every lens possible that Canon or Sigma has ever produced. I've used it all and I've loved the camera and it's always worked for what I needed it for. But this shift has made me reconsider why I'm switching from Canon to Fuji and sticking with the brand. Now I do want to start off by saying this film or video is more dedicated towards photographers. I'm just going to speak truthfully about the camera itself and the product that it produces. Well, I'm going to start off with the Canon product. Now obviously this isn't the newest and greatest camera. This is my OG original Canon I ever bought and I still have it to this day, but I'm just going to speak on some of the facts of the pros of Canon. One, it's dialed in. No matter what you turn on the camera, it's gonna work, it's gonna hit the autofocus, it's gonna perform in low light conditions. It's probably gonna be the best camera you use to make sure that you get the shot and you get it right, but it lacks a lot of creativity. For myself and using this camera and switching over, all of my Canon gear always lived on the shelf, collecting dust. And for someone who constantly comes into his workspace and sees those cameras and has no inspiration to go outside to use it, you almost feel like every time you pick it up, it's for a work purpose. This was just a tool and it was serving its purpose for the job. You started this career because you have a passion and you found joy in taking photos and capturing a moment. And when it all fades away, that camera means nothing to you. It's just the product. And that's the thing I want to talk about, is the Canon line works really well. It's gonna capture your photos, it's gonna autofocus, it's gonna do the job perfectly. But it's not a camera for me to stay inspired and to create creativity when I have an idea or concept. Let's jump into the Fuji, but let's talk about cons first before pros, because there's definitely a lot less cons than there are pros. For one, the biggest factor from me from switching from a full frame sensor, which Canon has, which is a lot bigger, to a crop sensor in the XH2 lineup, the low light conditions. It's very limited and I pick and choose the situations that I'm in. Now that I have the opportunities to pick and choose my clients and the work that I do, I can light the scene a lot better and kind of focus on the limitations a little bit more. It's not overly distracting and it's not overly concerning. I will say from time to time, the autofocus does not perform as well as Canon. Out of 10, Canon will hit 10 out of 10. Out of Fuji, maybe 7 to 8 will be out of 10 and then a few misses. And I'm okay with that because I understand the camera and the body. Those two factors are probably the only ones that come up, which are super important to some people. For me, it's just why I still love Fuji, because I can still get the shots I need and the look and the style, and it still sparks creativity. Let's talk about all the pros now in Fuji, especially the X100V. For one, the best one is film simulations. This camera replaces this cell phone all day, every day, and it lives with me everywhere I go. The film simulations straight out of camera, the JPEGs, can be posted anywhere on social media. And for someone who's not a full perfectionist with, you know, editing his photos because he'd rather be shooting the photo, I love this camera for that reason. I can literally go on vacation with my wife, take a few photos, take out the memory card, give it to her, plug it in, and she can post it directly on Instagram, and it looks unreal. And for me, that is some of the reasons why I love this camera, is because I can shoot photos right away, be with my client or be with someone, hang out, and give them beautiful photos to remember. That, for one, is a huge plus side. These film simulation straight eye camera are phenomenal. A big factor why I switched as well was how lightweight and compact most of the Fuji line is. If I'm comparing full frame sensor cameras and lenses, it gets a lot bigger. And for someone who does a lot of run and gun shoots or backpacking or is off the grid, I like to pack really light, especially if I'm traveling outside of the country. It's nice to bring 4 lenses that are the size of maybe like 2 big full frame cameras. And the fact that I can bring 2 cameras and all my gear and not feel like I need a chiropractor appointment right after the trip is super important to me. I think the biggest factor to me is that these cameras, specifically the X100V and the XH2, for myself, it has personality, it has grit, it has inspiration factor for creativity that the camera doesn't sit long on my shelf. Almost every week I come up with an idea and I want to go shoot it and test it and see what it's like. It's never limited me to believe that what I have and what I'm capable are limited to the brand I choose and what I use. It's just the fact that it feels good and it feels right. And there is a big plus side to that a lot of people aren't speaking about, that these cameras are made to make you feel a certain way to go capture a moment. And to me, that's way more important than any camera capabilities of low light or functionalities over form and fit. I believe that the camera can do everything that it's supposed to do for my client's end result. It doesn't even affect the end result. Most of them are using them on social media anyways, and maybe some web. Maybe a few clients are using it at print, and I need to know that beforehand, but it doesn't change the fact that I need to go out and rent gear right away or do any of that factor. I choose this camera and my clients believe in my work because they know I can deliver a product that they can use to sell their brand and their service or whatever they're doing with the photos. Now, completely off topic, I have been looking at the Leica Q2 and the Nikon ZF. Due to the fact that I'm inspired because the camera to others have seemed like it's the right choice for my next phase on why I want to pick up a camera and hold on to it and shoot. The Leica just seems like a ridiculous choice. But the ZF looks like a fun camera that I would enjoy from switching if I need to go from Fuji to Nikon. But I'm not sure, and I'd love to hear other photographers' opinions on that because it's something that I want to explore more of. And if any of those brands are listening, I'm always open to testing that product out. Last thing before you go, if you're stuck creatively, sometimes the camera isn't the problem. It's the feeling it gives you. I'll see you guys in the next video. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Comment below if you found any value in this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace and love.